Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om
Anandam Paramashivam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Bhagavatītam Gaganasudisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Himalachalam Sarvari Sakshibhutam Bhavatītam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namah. Welcome to all the viewers who are joining us from all over the world today, and a very special, happy Navaratri, the first day of Navaratri that we'll be entering into today. And of course, we have the Maheshwara Puja coming up on Mahalaya Amavasya, and of course, I hope all of you had the opportunity to watch the Bhagavan Sundareshwara Darshan and the Mandaka Padi offering made to Swami today to welcome him for the Venkateshwara Brahmotsavam and the for Navaratri. So I hope all of you will be staying tuned for NTV over the next few days and stay watching closely for all the activities that will be happening here as we will be celebrating Venkateshwara Brahmotsavam and Navaratri, one of the most auspicious times of the year. So as we are celebrating Devi Parashakti and Navaratri, let us now enter into the Parashakti Akashakti and understand who is Devi and how she is manifested through the Supreme Cosmic Wisdom. If you are here, it means existence wants you to be here at this point. You are not an accident, you are an incident. You are a conscious miracle of existence. Existence is trying to express itself through you. Welcome to the sacred spiritual experience, your digital experience of the divine.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Now this may be what you think as your first time in the presence of a divine cosmic being. But this is not the first time this energy has graced planet Earth. And if you're watching this now, it is not a coincidence, but a cosmic intervention in your life to make you manifest what you want as reality.
So how is this possible? How has this worked before? Experience these answers through the powerful cognition as referenced from the ancient text of Hinduism, revived by the Supreme Concept.
So now let us see more about the Divine Cosmic Mother, Devi Parashakti. So Devi is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness, the Cosmic Mother. She is the Source Shakti and it is her cosmic womb, the Brahmanda unit, from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in, and the source with the Big Bang and black holes go on and on. Parashakti is the main deity of the sacred feminine and the divine consort of Bhagavan Paramashiva, who is the primordial divinity of Hinduism.
And in the words of the Supreme Concept himself about the relationship with the Cosmic Mother, first and foremost relationship with Mother. Ability to learn, even idea to relate starts with the Mother. Mother is too important way to connect with what you think as life. In the Vedic tradition, our rishis were aware your ability to connect with the mother should be directed towards the cosmos. It should inspire, it should awaken your higher consciousness. Connecting with life as mother is the most beautiful, most easiest form to ever connect. And especially at this time, Devi Parashakti is most available throughout the whole year during Navratri for you to connect with her, to experience the motherliness of the cosmos, and to have the sacred feminine awaken in each of you.
And today, out of the extreme love and compassion, the supreme point of Hinduism is manifesting Devi Parashakti herself, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving dreams, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself.
What is the Bhavasamadi? Samadhi means one with the Lord. Bhava means attitude or aspect. Samadhi means being one with the Lord through this aspect.
And Darshan means Bhava glimpse of. So in the Vedic tradition, it is used to describe the moment when you behold a deity, an avatar, a saint, or an enlightened being, and come face to face with the cosmos. And when you see such a being, a divine being, just that sight can bring and cleanse the karmas of lifetimes and create a deep lasting transformation in the receiver. And Darshan is the powerful superconscious vibration that is present around an avatar at all times. And he simply radiates Darshan just as the sun continuously radiates light. And the auspicious moment when you are able to catch it becomes a moment of Darshan for you, raising you to the next level of superconscious breakthrough, which is like hitting a reset button on your day.
And let us understand the science behind the Bhavasamadi Darshan. The first thing you need to know is that the divine cosmic beings are real. They manifest from Kailasa, the enlightened science zone, through deities and incarnations. The divine cosmic beings manifest through the Ashtavatara of the deities and through the Bhavasamadi Darshan, the Nijavatar of the incarnations.
And the Bhavasamadi Darshan is the science of the Nijavatara manifesting Paramashiva, the consciousness. And it is where the formless, the being of Paramashiva, expresses through the Divya Shrira, the light body, and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form, embodied form, for us to experience Paramashiva.
So, for example, Devi Parashakti expresses through the being of Rajarajeshwari and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form of Devi Meenakshi.
And the Archa-avatar, the deity, reflects the consciousness and the manifestation of superconscious energy. But unfortunately, human beings are not mature enough to receive the higher level experiences from the Archa-avatar directly. And so, the avatar, the physical embodied form, comes down to bridge the gap and create an experience of superconscious energy in all.
The Bhavasamadi Darshan awakens your Kundalini Shakti, which is the latent potential energy in every human being. This influx of superconscious energy visibly slows down the aging process and improves immunity to disease. And during the Darshan, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heals, empowers, and transforms our lives.
And during the Bhavasamadi Darshan, our neurons mirror that of the avatar. So the mirroring of neurons, which is a natural phenomenon which takes place in all of us, activates and processes all the observed moments or information of the avatar just by seeing. So that is, our entire body can silently and without moving receive what is happening elsewhere through a process of direct observation, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar.
The Akashic readings are not fixed. They are readings from the cosmic archive. Beyond space, creation and destruction happen simultaneously. In the dimension of time, starts the past, present, and future. And because Akashic records are stored in Akasha, the space of time, there is no past, present, the future. That is why what you call as happening, yet to happen, are clearly already recorded.
So now learn more about who the Supreme Pontiff is, the one who has given us this pure science of Bhavasamadhi.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Sanidhanam, the Divine Conscience, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, of macrocosmic ancient divine civilization of ancient. And the Supreme Pontiff of the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, as for Hinduism, recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and adepts. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made the science of karma meditation, yoga, and temple-based universities of the lifestyle for humanity.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is ordained as the 233rd Guru Sanidhanam of Kanchi Kailash Saranipitham, the Tambe Mandala Adi, the incumbent emperor of Suryavamsha Surangi Samrajyam, the present 293rd Jagat Guru Sanidhanam of Kailasanati Shyamalapi, the Saranipitham, and the present Mahamandleshwar of the Mahanirvani Akada, which is the largest epic monastic order.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the 1008th Acharya Mahamandleshwar of the Adalakada, is the present 23rd Guru Sanidhanam of the Dharma Adinam, and has been elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 Hindu leaders.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is revered as a teacher of Hinduism, the most prolific, most viewed, read and watched. He has authored 300 books and 10,000 articles in 3 different languages, which are English, Tamil and Sanskrit. And these have been translated into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. And over 20 million copies of these books and articles have been sold, read and downloaded. Over 10,000 hours of discourses have been given by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the whole of humanity. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has enriched and enriched over 1 billion lives digitally, and is respected as a commentator of all sacred scriptures such as Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Shiva Sutras, Brahma Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Gitas, Jain Sutras, and much more.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is honored as leader of Buddhism, who was awarded internationally recognized Hindu leader. He is a reviver of 108 ancient Hindu Sampradayas, including Rudraganya, Visada, Jesus, Vairava, and is the establisher of the largest university, Kailasa's Nithyananda University in the world, with satellite campuses in 150 countries. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the establisher of 1,000 plus Kailasa and the founder and reviver of over 170 Vidyas. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the collector of the largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million volumes, over 20 books.
And now, with that, we will be getting into the next segment of this program, where all of us will be seeing a live demonstration of these extraordinary Shaktis awakened in us. We'll be demonstrating and sharing with all of you the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation awakened in us through the Diksha, the sign of initiation. And in all of you will also be receiving the initiation into the third eye awakening. And with the grace and blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, all of you will be manifesting the following powers of third eye, which is seen with eyes blindfolded, as well as many other extraordinary Shaktis. Now, some of you might be wondering where the third eye is located and how the third eye exactly works. So, the third eye is a cosmic browsing center located between the brows, which upon initiation, one can effortlessly express powers and see through the third eye just as you would with your 2 eyes. Now let us understand more about what are Shaktis. How exactly do these Shaktis manifest? So in the Vedagamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis, the divine powers. And manifest powers are described as a system, a method and science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers and have access to various states of consciousness. And the Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are a divine and you need to manifest the divine, not that you are a man and you need to reach the divine. Now, some of you might be thinking that Shaktis and Siddhis are the same, but the truth is they both are not the same. Shaktis expressed from the space of enlightenment as a side effect of feeling connection with the divine, with the Guru and their source of enlightenment, whereas Siddhis are powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment and are on the path of enlightenment. And the Shaktis of Paramashiva manifest through ordinary human beings in an extraordinary way after the initiation by the avatar and are permanent, whereas Siddhis are not permanent and may divert you from enlightenment. And the source of all these Shaktis, Paramashiva, is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause, which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form and causality. And as the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakritya or the 5 cosmic acts of Shrishti, which is creation, Sthiti, which is sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, which is rejuvenation, Throbhava, which is putting out of delusion, and Anugraha, which is liberating grace for all living entities. And the avatar of Paramashiva, the supreme point of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the 1008th living incarnation and representative of Paramashiva, and the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization nation, and the great cosmic godless in the nation. So ever since the beginning of the civilization, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been the cradle of enlightened beings and highly advanced sciences, and it was where the science of enlightenment and powers was lived and taught as a lifestyle. And for the first time in modern day, the supreme point of Hinduism is reviving these yogic sciences and transmitting it to the world at a record-breaking pace which has never accomplished before. And all of this knowledge and all of these sciences are passed down from one generation to the next through the science of Diksha by enlightened Guru. And the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, being recognized as an incarnation at a very young age by his Gurus, was trained and taught into these sciences to revive initiations and knowledge repositories for billions to manifest the science of power manifestation from the disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra, Sri Vidya, Yoga and Yogic powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, science of Aushadha, Advaita, Bhakti Yoga, Paramashiva Jnana, Paramashiva Vijnana, and much more. Now let's see how we can awaken these divine Shaktis in us. How can you manifest these Shaktis yourself? The Supreme Point of Hinduism beautifully says, every ultimate truth, jnana, is mapped into your consciousness, prajna, and manifests as a possibility and power of every being, prajnana. And the science of power manifestation is authenticated through 4 aspects of evidences of pramanas. So the first is the Shastra Pramana, which is the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures. And then the next is the Apta Pramana, which are the experiences and results of Aptas or authorities of Hinduism, where the Vedic rishis and scientists have time tested and verified the science. And the next is the Atma Pramana, which is an account from the life of the Supreme Point of Hinduism, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of the Bhava manifestation. And then the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. Now, some of you might be wondering what exactly are these Vedas and Agamas in which Paramashiva has described all of these sciences. So the Vedas are the ultimate superior authority for Hindus and are pure science where the ultimate truths are explained. And the Agamas are the scriptures where the applied technology and the applied sciences are expanded. So the Vedas and Agamas, the Veda Agamas, are given the status of Shruti as they are directly revealed by Paramashiva. They are the ultimate, eternal, unchangeable truths. And a reference cited from these Shastras or source scriptures is called the Shastra Pramana. So now let us all get ready to witness a very unique and very exciting demonstration of the powers of third eye. After we go through the Pramanas for this power, So the first is the power of third eye, which is seeing with the eyes blindfolded. And the Shastra Pramana for this power comes from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Kapalantarmanonyasya tishtannilitalochanaha ramena manasodaryat lakshaye lakshyamuttamam. And the translation for this verse is, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind and inner space through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal Lakshyam by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source Paramashiva. And the next is the Apta Pramana, where Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye. And he initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye during the revelation of Hindu Purana Bhagavad Gita, so Arjuna can behold Krishna's Vishwarupa Darshan, the vision of his cosmic form. And Bhagavan Krishna beautifully says to Arjuna, Natu mam shakyase drashtu manenaiva svachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. So in this verse, Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, but you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours, therefore I grant you divine third eye vision. Behold my cosmic opulence. So this comes from the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which contains the description of Bhagavan Krishna's cosmic form. And it is completely narrated by Arjuna as he sees Bhagavan Krishna through his third eye. And the next is the Atma Pramana in Swamiji's own words. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degrees, 10 directions, below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel and experience all of that I see. And the next is the Pratyaksha Pramana. So here all of you can see study measures were done on the brainwaves of the Supreme Consciousness. And it was measured using ultron emission tomography, a PET, a PET scan. And it was measured that when doing daily activities, there is high activity measured in the brain, where the third eye is located. And when in deep Samadhi state, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the rest of the brain is active. And the next is the Sakshi Pramana, where this rare and sacred science of third eye awakening is being made available to humanity for our ultimate enrichment and conscious evolution by the Supreme Point of Hinduism. And as a living incarnation of Paramashiva, the Supreme Point of Hinduism embodies the most profound yogic state that surpass all the bounds of time, space and matter. And he is gifting this pure and great science of third eye awakening along with many other spiritual sciences to the world. And everyone who has been initiated into these extraordinary sciences have actually witnessed and experienced the extraordinary manifestation and the profound results of the manifestation in their day-to-day life. So now let us witness the live Sakshi Pramana, the live demonstration of the powers of third eye. So here with me now, I have this eye band, which in front is a thick fake plastic sheet, and in the back there is thick black sponge which will not allow any type of light to enter. And this eye band is actually certified by ophthalmologists, and it is usually given to people who are suffering from insomnia. So this eye band will be now put on my eyes by a volunteer. And once that is done, any of you watching us live on YouTube, you can put your comments in the live YouTube comment section. And we will be doing and I'll be demonstrating the power of third eye. So you can put anything that you would like in the YouTube comment section once the eye band is put on. So now the volunteer will be putting the eye band.
Paramashivoham. Nithyananda
little title.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda
Then put a little title.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
And send it. So now the I band has been put on me. I will be turning to my right, left, up, and down. So all of you can see that the I band has been put on. There is no gaps anywhere. And now the YouTube comment section will be projected in front of me, and we'll also be projecting it for all of you. And anyone who would like to put your comments, you can put your comments in the YouTube comment section. Yes, we already have a few comments. Yes, so the last comment is from Stephanie Dieters, and she has put a namaskar emoji, then 3 heart emojis, and then a smiley emoji. And then yes, we're projecting the comments for all of you. And then there's a comment from Arslan. There's a comment from Arslan. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. I'm not able to pronounce your name. And you have put crescent moon, and then a yellow heart, and then a white flower. And then we have a comment from Purna Pandolikar, who has put a namaskar emoji, and then a smiley emoji with 3 hearts around the face, and then dog, puppy, and then a rainbow, and then a heart. Is there anyone else also who would like to put in your comments? You can put your comments. It can be a sequence of emojis, numbers, letters, words, sentences. It can even be a different language or things. Yes, we have another comment from Aslan, who has put upside down smiley emoji, and then a heart emoji. It's actually 2 hearts with a circle attaching both, and then a dancing emoji, and then a namaskar emoji, and then a smiley emoji with 3 hearts around. And then Purna Pandalikar Aya has put awesome. Purna Pandalikar has put. Yes, and anyone else also who would like to put in your comments, you can put. It can be anything, a sequence of emojis, letters, numbers. It can even be a sentence that does not make sense at all. And it can even be a different language. Yes, anyone else also watching us right now, or even those of you who have already put in your comments, you can put any other comment also that you would like me to read. Yes, now we have a comment from Maslan, who has put bravo ma, and Purna Pandalikar has put Muli Bwanji, which is MULIBWANJI. And then Ma Stephanie Dieters has put eyes, emoji of eyes, and then emoji which is looking up, and then the mouth is flat, it's just a line, and then smiley emoji, which is little, the eyes are little in an angle, and it's mouth is wide open. It's smiling, and then a heart emoji. And then Ma Stephanie, Vamadeva Shivashakti has put Nityanandama. We are still hearing the Mahavakya in the background, Ma, while you are speaking, Ma. Yes, Ma, and she has put a Namaskar emoji. Yes, Ma, we'll just fix it in a few moments. We're sorry about the technical glitch. We'll fix it in some time. And we then have a comment from JNNK, who has put a flower emoji, a pink flower emoji. Yes, and anyone else also who would like to put in your comments, you can put your comments. I hope my voice is clear now, and you're able to hear. And anyone else also who would like to put in your comments, you can put your comments. It can be anything. Yes, Ma Stephanie has now put okay, better Ma, thank you, and the namaskar emoji and a heart emoji. Yes, we apologize for the technical glitch. Yes, and anyone else also who would like to put in your comments, you can put your comments. It can even be a random sentence that does not make sense at all. Any of you watching us right now, you can put your comments. Yes, now we have a comment from a person named JNNK, who has put a lion emoji, a lion face, and then Marceline has put thank you and a heart emoji. And Manitya Kshipra Prasad Nikananda has put a butterfly emoji, and then a shell emoji, and then a snail. Yeah, so everyone else also watching us, you can also see the comments. The comments are being projected for all of you. And even if you're skeptical about this power, and you're watching us right now and you're skeptical about this power, you also can put a comment in the YouTube comment section and see for yourself. You can put anything. Yes, now we have a comment from Purna Pandalikar, who has put, you are the world's sunshine. Then Shankar Ghimire has put Nityanandam to everyone and 2 exclamatory marks. Yes, Marceline now has put we gets. So it's WIE and then GEHT, then apostrophe and S, and then a question mark. And now we have JNNK, who has also put awesome, and then 2 heart emojis. It's actually a big heart and a smaller heart. And yes, now we have a comment from Ayana Zavotins, who has put fluffy cat. And Shankar Himere has put is New Moon Day, and Shipra Prasad Nikananda has put Butus. And yes, Shankaraya, yes, today is the new moon day. It is Amavasya today, and we will also be having a special we will be having the Maheshwara Puja also today, on this auspicious day of Mahalaya Amavasya. And if you would like to register for it, you can also visit the website kailasara.org and you can register for the Maheshwara Puja that we will be having today on this auspicious day of Mahalaya Amavasya. And yes, I actually here have something very interesting. So I have this guaranteed solution book over here. And it has about, let's see how many pages. There is totally 623 pages. So anyone, if you would like me to read a specific page from this book, you can put the page number and I'll open that page and read the contents of that page. And yes, Mark Prasad Nikananda has now put it is the Latin word for bliss. Yes, that's great, Ma. It's good to learn a new word in Latin. And yes, anyone who would like me to read a page from this book, you can put a specific number that you would like me to read. We have 623 pages. Yes, we have another comment from Stephanie Dietrich, who has put a smiley emoji and then a beach emoji which has water and then like it's a small island and then a palm tree and then a rising sun and then with mountains. And yes, Marceline has put page 122 and after that Dumitru Buanda has put 444 and then we have many pages coming up. Shankaraya has put 7. Okay, so now let's first open page number 122. I'll read one paragraph from page number 122 and then go to the next number. So this is 118. Okay, 122. So the first paragraph on 122 says, your body does not need love, but your being needs it. Love is an adventure where you go into the disillusion. When you are not, love is, we don't have the courage to not be, and so we hold on, we pull back from unconditional love. So you can see, this is page number 122, and this is the page number. And then this is the first paragraph. And this is page number 1. And yes, now I'll be opening page number 444. This is 364, 476. Okay, 444. So the first para on this, or maybe I'll read the last para which is on this page. So it says, you can dance without a care, only if you are free from all your pseudo identities. As long as you think you are someone, you can't dance in joy. Dance is an outward expression of inner joy. So this is the last para on page number 444. And yes, now page number 7. Shankaraya has asked for page number 7. Okay, so this is page number 7. And the fourth para on this page says, all these are creations. All these are creations. They are creations from your heart. They are expressions of your heart. Can you write a poem with no feelings at all? Can an artist draw and paint with just his mind? No, he needs to connect with his heart and then he will simply flow. So this is page number 7, fourth para. And yes, now Marceline has Kshipra Prasad Nikananda has told 578. Yes, I'll just open the page and show it, and then we can move on to the next power of body scanning. So 578. Okay, so this is page number 578, and it also has a story. This is page number 578, and it has a story also. Yes. So now we'll be moving to the next power. We have Marceline who has put thanks man namaskar emoji. And yes, now with that we will be moving to the next power, the power of body scanning. So I request the volunteer to now remove the eye band, and all of you can see as the eye band is being removed. Yes, so you can all see the eye band. It is just as it was before. And now we will be getting into the next power, the power of body scanning. So the Shastra Pramana for this power of body scanning comes from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshmataraani cha tatvani yani nilayam dhyatvante vyajyate para. And the translation for this verse is, in this verse, Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of your whole body, Swadeha, or the whole universe simultaneously consist of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in their source cause, Paramashiva. By the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi, Adi Shakti, is revealed, and the supreme power manifestation happens. And the next is the Apta Pramana, which comes from the life of a Siddha. So Terayar was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agastya. And one day a man suffering from severe headache comes to Agastya for healing, and Agastya then uses the power of body scanning and identifies the root cause of the headache. He reveals that there is a small Terai, a type of rock, sitting in the person's brain. Agastya immediately instructs Terayar, his disciple, to perform an open head surgery and remove the frog. And once the surgery is completed, the person is healed and cured completely, and thus Teraya gains his name. And the Atma Pramana for this was revealed by Swamiji himself on the 22nd of December 2019, where he uses how he uses the power of body scanning, So paraphrasing his words, only when I had the multiple compound hand fracture, I was forced to go for surgery and therefore for medical checkups related to that. At that time, they detected heavy metal quantity in my different organs. It was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately asked methods instead of medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poisoning. Through body scanning, I found out what the problems, imbalances had happened, and where balances had to be done. I used allopathy as a second opinion to verify my findings. And here you can see a few Sakshi Pramanas. There are thousands around the world, but here are just a few sharings where a few of the initiate disciples have successfully manifested the power of body scanning. And now we'll be seeing the live demonstration of this power. So anyone who would like a body scan can put your comments in the YouTube comment section, and we'll be doing a body scan for you. Yes, so Ayana Zabotin has asked, I want a body scan. The Borox decahydrate powder, which I am sometimes drinking, is it beneficial for my detox and healing? Yes, now I will be doing a body scan for you, Aya. Yes, so what I was able to see was that actually this drink it is not creating any effect on your body. It doesn't have any bad effect or any good effect. It's just like a drink that you are having. There's no side thing happening with um with that drink. So if you want to drink it, you can. And um along with that, you can also have other Ayurvedic drinks that will completely detox your body. But this drink is it is not it is not detoxing your body, as it is just like a normal drink. It is not having any bad effect or good effect. It is just like a drink that you are intaking. It is not actually detoxing your body. So what I was able to see for you, Aya. And Purna Pandalikar has also asked for a scan. Yes, man, now I'll be doing a scan for you. Yes, so Ma Purna Pandalik, what I was able to see for you was that for the past few days that you are going through some leg pain, especially from your calf to your feet. You are feeling some kind of uh, stretch, or like something is pulling, and even your heels, especially like in your from your calf to your feet, there is some uh like something like a nerve is pulling, so it gives like a burning sensation, or like a very stretching. It stretches and it pulls, so it feels that way. But apart from that, you also have you're putting a lot of pressure on your heels, so even your heel actually hurting for the past few days. And apart from that, I was also able to see that that is actually being caused that is being caused because of extra pressure and weight being put on the legs. But the main cause of that is because in your stomach, especially in your lower stomach, there's a accumulation of like gas and also lots of toxins getting into your body. There's an accumulation which is causing you to put on weight, and that weight is getting pushed on your feet. So this is what I was able to see. And the solution that I was able to see for this is that you have to uh, drink lots of lemon juice, and you should also have some haitaki in the night. That will help in reducing and cleaning that toxins. And yes, it's good that you've started yoga a few days back. That will also help very much. And yes, but right now the leg pain which you are going through is actually due to some toxins being accumulated in the stomach. So just as soon as possible, you can take some you can have haitaki and lemon juice, and apply some castor oil. You don't if you drink castor oil also, that's great. Swami recommends that. But even if you're not doing that, at least apply little castor oil on your lower stomach, just few drops. Apply it on your lower stomach and let it get into the skin, soak into the skin, and that will help in clearing out the toxins and the gas which is getting accumulated in your lower stomach, and um, uh, making the your weight gained and putting the pressure on your legs. And of course, yes, yoga will help. So you can continue doing yoga. It's good that you've started. And yes, you can get back in the comment section if you're able to relate. And Ayana's about Insaya, so you can get back in the comment section. And Ma Stephanie Beatrice, yes, you have put, thank you, okay. Marceline, now I'll be doing a scan for, a body scan for your OCD. Yes, Ma. So, Ma, Celine, what I was able to see for you to come out of your OCD was that for the next few days, at least for the next 1 week, and even after that, whenever you feel anything, just at least for the next 1 week now, as much as possible, don't, you can, as much as possible, don't use the device or don't get into activities that like distract your mind from don't continue or don't just reduce the activities which distract your mind or which disalign you from your normal routine, and have a more active lifestyle. And as much as possible, just try unclutching whenever you have some time, even if it's just for a few minutes. Just sit and try unclutching, and you will see that you will start getting healed, and you will come out of it. At least for the next 1 week, do this, and even after that, you can always continue. And this is what I was able to see for you, Ma. And yes, Ma Puna Pandalikar has gotten back saying, yes, okay, we'll do lemon and hayataki. Okay, thank you for the insight. Yes, it is all with Swamiji and Paramashiva's grace. And yes, Ma, you can also apply castor oil on your lower stomach. Yes, and now Shankar Gimide has asked for a scan for your wife, Sunita. Yes, Aya, I request if you can get back in the comment section if we have Ma Sunita's consent, as a consent is necessary for this power. So do we have her consent to do the body scanning? Yes, Ma Solanji has gone back saying thanks, Ma. And Shankaraya, you can get back if Ma Sunita has given her consent. If not, then you can get your consent and again request on the chat any other day. If you don't have her consent yet today, you can again put in your comments every day at 2 a.m. IST or 4 p.m. IST during the program. Yes, and Ayana Zavotin Saya has asked, is zinc, B12 and D3 vitamins which I am using in liquid form are benefiting for health? And Shankaraya has also gone back saying, yes, she did. She has back pain. Okay. Yes, Aya. Now I'll be scanning for Ma Sunita, and Aina is about to scan you also. Yes. So Aina is about to Zaya. What I was able to see for you was that you can take uh, things that consist zinc, B12, and D3 vitamins, but the liquid that you are using now, I was able to see that you should avoid that as much as possible. You can maybe find something else that you could get these three vitamins in, and like, or maybe a different brand, even if it's liquid, or maybe a different brand. But this, like the specific one that you are using now, is not a good one. So this is what I was able to see for you. And Shankaraya, what I was able to see from our Sunita was I've given healing as well. And the back pain that she is having is actually because it is not any problem, but it is actually because of the back not being stretched uh, often, and also um, because of a position that she is sleeping in that is causing the, it is the way she's sleeping, and also the, I guess the, it is because of the bed as well, the quality. But that is just a small thing of the back pain. That is just a small reason of why the back pain is there. But actually, one of the main reasons, like one of the main things that why she has a back pain is because when she was small, and even now, most of the time she sits with her back bent, and due to that, it is affecting the backbone. So I was able to see, to get healed, she should start sitting straight, and as much as possible, like even if it, not always, no need of always sitting in uh like in Padmasan, but whenever at least once or twice in a day, when she sits for some time, she should sit for some time in Padmasan. If she's not able to sit in Padmasan, at least in other most of the time, at least throughout the day, whenever she sits, ensure that the back is straight, and that will help in healing her back. So this is what I was able to see for her. You can convey to her and get back in the comment section. And yes, now with that, I thank all of you who have joined us for the Power Manifestation segment. And we will now be moving to the further segments of this program, where all of us will be learning more about Devi Parashakti. Who is Devi Parashakti in the Divine Feminine Consciousness? So let us first look at the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti, which comes from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka. Sindhuraruna vigraham trinayanam manikya spurat Taranayaka shekharam smitamukhim mapina vakshoruham Panibhya malipurna ratna chashakam raktotpalam bibratim Saumyam ratna gatastha rakta charanam dhyayet paramambikam. And the translation for this verse is: the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body, with the triple eyes sporting a crown of rubies studded with the crescent moon, a face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel cup brimming with mead, and the other twirling a red lotus. And another Dhyana Shloka from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka says, Arunam Karunatarangatakshim Dritapashankushapushpabanachapam Animadi Biravritam Ayukaihi Vibhavaye Bhavani. And the translation for this verse is: I meditate on the great Empress. She is red in color and her eyes are full of compassion. She holds the noose, the goad, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hands. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as Anima Flores, and she is the self within me. And Devi Parashakti is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes manifest, come out and go in, and the source where the Big Bang and black holes go on and on. Parashakti is the source Shakti, the source energy, the source power, from which all of us came, in which all of us are in even now, and in which all of us are going to merge. And out of her extreme love and compassion, Devi Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Point of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. And Devi Parashakti beautifully reveals how she is manifesting as the Supreme Point of Hinduism. She beautifully says, raising as Omkara, expressing as Vedas and Agmas, blossomed as Hrimkara, filled as Parashodasi, living in 40 triangles, the Kailasha Swami who is in Kailasha, Sri Purachintamani, Parashodasi, sitting as part of Paramashiva, Parameshwari who rules the world, Paramashakti, Manonmani, Meenakshi. As Nithyananda, I took Nijavatara here to give good boons to everyone, to bestow all goodness. Hiranya Garbhaswarupini, Brahmanda Yoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Navayavana, Samrajya Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi. Taking the form of Nithyananda, I came here. With great compassion, I am blessing. Listen, people. To do good to all of you, I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara. And Devi Parashakti continues to reveal, raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, Shiva manifesting as source of existence, powers of existence, expression of existence, from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Icha, Kriya, and Jnana, growing as 4 Vedas, expanding as 5 Panchabhutas, beyond 6 chakras, filled as Gotras of 7 Rishis, expanding as 8 directions, existing as 9 Grahas, blossoming as 10 Indriyas, being as 11 Rudras, creating all the worlds, bringing life to tell and make truth blossom and to do good. Parashodasi, Meenakshi, in the form of Nithyananda, I came to bless every one of you. Now let's see how we can receive Devi Parashakti. So literally we're seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there on your screen, so you can receive her in a very traditional way. You can keep 2 beet leaves, 1 betel nut, 1 banana, and a coin in front of the screen as you watch Devi Parashakti. And some of you might be wondering what exactly a coin is considered as, or what is its importance. So, in the Hindu tradition, a coin is actually considered the traditional dakshina and can be the lowest value. In India, it can even be just 1 paise, and in the US, it can even be just a cent. Swamiji says, I'm not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent, it is okay. So, for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to $1. In India, even 1 paise is okay. And you can offer that to Devi Parashakti. And once the darshan is over, you can do namaskar and eat the banana, the betel leaf, and the betel nut, taking it as prasadam immediately. And the coins that you collect, you can send it to the Los Angeles temple for the further procedures. And this betel leaf and betel nut may actually look too small, but in a few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really Devi Parashakti is there. You will not take the Devi darshans for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to the powerful cognitions. It will break your unconscious behavior. We can go to the next slide. Yes, we can go to the next slide. Yes, so now you can all see how you can set up your tambulam. So you can arrange the 2 beet leaves, the betel nut, the banana, and the coin on a plate and keep it in front of the screen as you watch Devi Parashakti. And you can also keep a few additional items such as a few flowers, some kumkum, some turmeric, and glass bangles, and a coconut. But the 4 basic items is the beet leaf, the betel nut, the banana, and the coin. So that you would like to keep on a plate. Keep it in front of the screen as you watch Devi Parashakti. And with that, we now come to a conclusion of this segment where we have learned who is Devi Parashakti and how we can receive Devi Parashakti in a very traditional way. So let us now move to the next segment where all of us will be learning what Devi Parashakti has revealed in the Akashic readings and how important it is for us to follow what Devi Parashakti has revealed on the cause and solution for all of the problems that the world is going through right now, especially during this pandemic. So please stay tuned for the next segment where we will be learning what Devi Parashakti has revealed in the Akashic readings. So in the Guru Padaka Stotram composed by Adi Shankaracharya, the very first verse describes how the Guru Padakas, the sacred feet of the Guru, is the boat that helps us cross the Ananta Samsara Samudra, the seemingly endless ocean of samsara or suffering. And the first verse of the Guru Padaka Stotram beautifully says, Ananta Samsara Samudra Tara Naukaitabhyam Guru Bhaktidabhyam Vairagya Samrajya Dapujanabhyam Namo Namaha Shri Guru Padukabhyam. And the translation, salutations to the sandals of my Guru, which is the boat which helps me cross the endless ocean of life, which endows me with the sense of devotion to my Guru, and by worship of which I attain the dominion of renunciation. So many of us feel stuck in the same storming and raging ocean, being unable to navigate ourselves and lost in the overwhelming vastness of the suffering that surrounds us during the Pralaya, the great deluge. And our loved ones are dying due to the pandemic. Our homes are being destroyed due to the natural disasters. Social institutions are crumbling, and the whole of humanity is in desperate and dire need of hope.
And at this time, the Cosmic Mother has come to alleviate the suffering of humanity.
And it is at this time that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the incarnation of the cosmic superconsciousness, out of his love and compassion, having taken the spiritual responsibility for the superconscious breakthrough of the whole of humanity, is manifesting Devi Parashakti, the cosmic mother, and guiding the whole world as literally the boat that sails us through the Pralaya, the cosmic deluge.
Devi Parashakti is herself, manifesting through the Nijavatara and answering each of our prayers, granting boon, healing us, manifesting miracles, removing all of our pain and suffering. And Devi has not just attended to us individually, but also as a humanity at large.
And Devi Parashakti has guided the whole of humanity in the form of revelations of profound sacred Hindu Dharma, showing us the future regarding global issues, the COVID pandemic, natural disasters such as fires, floods, and much more, and even the twisted human conspiracies and underground wars which have not yet surfaced to common knowledge as yet.
So in this segment, we will be elaborating on the statistical, scientific, and scriptural references of each sacred revelation, which is manifested precisely as the same guidance emerged from Devi Parashakti, for us to imbibe deeply and to start following as Devi Parashakti continues to protect us until the storm ends and we are safely harbored at the shores of our country.
So let us look at the revelations made by Devi Parashakti in the Akashic readings on the 20th of April 2021 on the 8 methods to protect yourself from coronavirus.
Okay, so let us watch Devi Parashakti's revelations first and understand what these 8 methods are.
Parashodasi Meenakshi, Parameshwari Meenakshi, Parashakti Meenakshi, இங்கு எழுந்து அருளினோம் எல்லோர்க்கும் ஞானமும் தன்மையும் தந்திட நன்மையெல்லாம் அளித்திட நாமே வந்தோம் இங்கு கைலாசத்தின் சுவாமினியாய் பரமசிவன் கிரகத்திருந்து நம் அனுக்கிரகத்தினால் நித்யானந்தன் விக்கிரகமாய் மலர்ந்தோம். உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் நல்லதை செய்திட, நன்மையை சொல்லிட, தர்மார்த்த காம மோக்ஷம் எனும் புருஷார்த்தங்கள் நாளும் பொங்கி மலர்ந்திட வந்தேன் இங்கு. மாந்தர்கள் கொடுந்தொற்று கொரோனா கண்டு அஞ்ச வேண்டாம். 8 வழியின் மூலமாகவும் எண்ணத்தில் தியானித்து என்னை பிரார்த்தித்தல் 1, சமூக வலைதளங்கள் மூலமாய் என்னை சரணடைதல் 2, எங்கெல்லாம் என் மகமாய் வடிவத்தில் நான் குடிகொண்டிருக்கின்றேனோ அங்கெல்லாம் பூமிதித்து என்னை வழிபடுவது 3, நெஞ்சில் மஞ்சள் தடவி வேப்பம் சாரருந்தி தினந்தோறும் என்னை தியானிப்பது 4, நிர்விகல்ப நிலையிருந்து நித்யானந்தத்தை நிறைத்து உயிர்வது 5, சிவ 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 எனும் பிரபஞ்ச பெரும் நாதத்தை அஜபா ஜபமாய் நிகழ்த்தல் ஆறு நிறைவான பூரண மனத்தோடு வாழைப்பழத்தோலும் வெங்காயமும் குதிகாலில் வைத்து பத்திட்டு நித்திரையில் அடங்குவது ஏழு பூரணமாய் பரிபூரணமாய் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் நினைப்பும் மறப்பும் அருந்த உணர்வு ஸ்மரணையில் அகம் அகம் என ஸ்புரிக்கும் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் ஆனந்த ஸ்புரணத்தில் இருப்பது எட்டு எனும் எட்டு முறையிலும் என எண்ணியோர் அத்துணை பேருக்கும் இல்லை கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் தாக்கமும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் பயமும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் மயக்கமும் வாழ்வீர்கள் வளத்தொடு நல் ஞானம் யோகத்தொடு நாமே நிம்மோடு நானே நீயாய் நீயே நானாய் நல்வாழ்வு வாழ்வீர்கள். எட்டில் ஒன்று செய்தாலும் கொரோனா உங்களை எட்டவிடாது காப்பு.
So now let us look at the translation of the Parashakti's revelation. Devi revealed, "O humans, don't be scared of the deadly infection of corona. Through these 8 ways, praying and meditating on me, surrendering to me through social media, wherever I'm residing, worshiping me by doing the fire walking, applying turmeric in the chest, drinking neem juice, and meditating on me every day, being in the unclutched state, filling with eternal bliss, doing the ajapa ajapa of the cosmic sound, Shiva, 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 with complete mind, applying banana peel and onion in the heels and going to sleep, being in the state beyond any remembrance or forgetting, in the Arunachala Swarana that blossoms as aham aham, in the state of Ananda Swarana. Everyone who thinks on me through these 8 ways, they will not have the effects of corona. They don't have fear and delusion of corona. You will live with prosperity, with the wisdom and fortune. Me with you, you as me as you. You will live with life, even if you do one of these 8 ways. I will protect you. Corona will not reach you. Don't have fear, O people. Be blissful."
So in this revelation, Devi Parashakti has revealed 8 methods to protect all of us, all of humanity, from COVID-19. So we are now going to see the benefits and the science behind each method.
The first method that Devi revealed to protect yourself from COVID-19 is praying and meditating on Devi Parashakti.
So a study published by Healthline gives 12 science-based benefits of meditation, and the 12 benefits is that it reduces stress, controls anxiety, promotes emotional health, enhances life self-awareness, lengthens the attention span, may reduce age-related memory loss, can generate kindness, may help fight addictions, improves sleep, helps in controlling pain, can decrease blood pressure, and is accessible anywhere.
And Devi has revealed the meditation and praying to Devi will protect you from COVID-19, and the Department of Health and Human Services has done a study on meditation at this time and has shown that meditation has a direct benefit to both our physical as well as our mental health.
And another study by Cambridge University Press reiterates the necessity of meditation during the times of crisis such as COVID-19. And here you can see the study done by Cambridge University Press.
And research published in Everyday Health has shown that prayer and spirituality protects the emotional health by offering a bigger sense of purpose, by providing social support, by lifting the spirit, and by helping you cope with difficulties. And a September 2015 report published in Health Psychology found that when researchers followed 191 people with congestive heart failure for 5 years, they found that those who reported feeling spiritual peace and who also made some healthy lifestyle changes were significantly more likely to live longer than their peers. And people with major depressive disorder or chronic medical illnesses who report high levels of religiosity, which includes daily religious experiences, and generally become more optimistic than their peers. This was found in a study published in July 2015, Depression and Anxiety.
So now let us watch a video where the avatar himself directly demonstrates how meditation impacts the brain.
Nithyananda participates and encourages scientific researchers to derive evidences for meditation and healing through meditation. Dr. R. Murli Krishna, President COO, Integris Mental Health and James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and his team invited Nithyananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
When Swamiji came, I have requested him to do one thing. I asked him, would you be willing to undergo some scientific investigation of the meditation process? He very cheerfully agreed without one complaint. He went for 3 repeat sessions for PET scanning and 3 repeat sessions for quantitative EEG sessions. And these are really not very easy tests to go through. It requires a lot of patience and a lot of willingness to do that. So we did that, because if a meditation process is doing something to your brain, we should be able to detect that. Scientific findings are verifiable. They're replicable. You can replicate them, duplicate them. So Swamiji went through those sessions and we found some interesting findings.
In PET scan, they inject a radioactive dye which goes and sits in parts of the brain that are active. In the normal, non-meditative state, the brain is very active. And when we are seeing someone, the rear end of the brain, the visual cortex, is very active, as shown in the diagram.
Usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. But what meditation does is something very interesting. It shows the frontal lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the brain scans I'm going to share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 minutes into 30 minutes meditation. Look at the frontal lobes, how they light it up. They light it up big time. 60 minutes of deep meditation, and here is a deep, deep level of meditation where it lights up significantly right there. Right in the middle, probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches deeper. What's interesting was, Swami was inside, and that's the last part of that one. See that light right here? So what's interesting is I've never seen that before in my life. So the other parts I've seen may not be to the extent that Swamiji showed, but this is something interesting. There is something called dopamine, which is a chemical our brain is involved in. Dopamine is produced mostly in this area. And when you have any pleasurable feeling in your body, it is mediated through dopamine. It's a neuroreceptor. It's a chemical that transmits messages of pleasure. It basically evokes pleasure chemical. You eat the same thing is with visual pleasures you have. Beautiful people, beautiful sceneries, nature, whatever gives you pleasure. It's mediated through dopamine. Everything that human being experiences involves dopamine. But what's interesting is that you and I have the potential to create our own dopamine in a big way. So I named it, for lack of a word in the past, the D spot, which is the dopamine spot. If you can discover your D spot, you got it made in life. The D really stands for divine spot. The D also stands for delight, and the dopamine spot. What's also interesting is that he could, at will, go in and out of those states. Those are some of the findings I want to share with you. There's so much more talk about physiology of mind and brain and the body. It's a fascinating field that this is something that all human beings can relate to, can apply in our own lives. Not only a sophisticated knowledge, but these things have application in daily life for all of us.
Nithyananda's system of free healing, known as Nithya Spiritual Healing, has been baffling the medical world, curing diseases from migraine to cancer. Qualified people are also initiated to become healers. The complete report of the research conducted on Nithyananda's neurological system can be found in the book Mystic Phenomena, Scientific Data.
The Supreme Pontificanism has revealed about prayer. Yes, let us now watch that video and understand.
If you are not allowed to do yoga, made to believe early morning sleep is the best thing in your life, you are tortured, you are abused, your divine rights are violated. If you are constantly inspired to do yoga early morning, Brahma Muhurta time, and everyday puja, sit that 30-40 minutes and melt down by feeling connection. Understand? Nothing can be compared to prayer to bust your stress. I tell you, prayer is the best stress buster. Deep feeling connection and tears rolling in your eyes and melting down. Prayer to Paramashiva. Intense yearning, Vyakulata, talking to Paramashiva, relating to Paramashiva. Nothing can be compared to that to bust your stress. I tell you, Everyday puja is an ultimate recharging experience. If you do everyday puja, the kind of the stress-free life you will live, your whole biological clock will be aligned to Kailasa. I tell you, I have seen the people who have the habit of Nitya Puja live long, not just long, happy. In my whole life, it is Nitya Puja, Puja, that gave me all the best things of life. Everyday puja, relating with the deities is the best stress buster. Touch the deities, do decoration, dress up. Even now, my best time of the day is when I sit with my deities. When I sit with my deities, dress up the deities, jewel them, spend time with them, talk to them, intensely pray, deeply connect and pray. Understand? You do not know the power of Archavatara. God landing in physical deity form. Never underestimate the power of Archavatara. The Archavatara is equivalent to living avatara. What living avatar can do to you, an Archavatara can do. Atma Linga I am giving to all of you is literally living Archavatara. It's a piece of God. Literally.
Now that we've understood the first method to protect yourself from COVID-19 by praying and meditating on Devi, let us now look at the second method, surrendering to Devi through social media. And you can do this in various forms.
Change it to white ribbon.
Reading Devi Parashakti gives us the opportunity to connect with her through various social media platforms and attends to us individually through our prayers and showers us with blessings and food. So let us now see how we can connect to Devi Parashakti through social media. The first method is through YouTube, so you can go ahead and join as a member of Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And then once you have done that, you will have the opportunity to ask your questions live during the Parashakti Akashic reading in the comment section of the live video.
And on Twitter, you can like and follow. On Facebook, you can like and follow Kailas as SPHJG. And you can ask your questions in the comments section.
The next method is through Twitter, so you can follow @Nithyananda on Twitter and ask your questions as a reply to the tweet with the hashtag #AskTheAvatar.
And you can follow Sri Nithyananda on Instagram and ask your questions in the comments.
And the last way to connect with Devi Parashakti is through WhatsApp. So you can go ahead and search kailasa.org and you can ask your question WhatsApp chat box that comes up. So all of these ways you can connect through social media and receive boons and blessings from Devi herself. So now let us watch a short clip of Devi Parashakti blessing people.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினி உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
காளி
I've seen Devi Parashakti blessing people. You too can experience the same by connecting with Devi through social media. And the next method is to worship Devi by doing the fire walking wherever she resides. And the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has revealed that fire walking is an alchemy process. The words of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism itself. Our rishis and munis have been adepts and masters in every field, whether health or keeping the society safe in every field. So all the vratams, the pujas, the spiritual techniques, the religious rituals, anything they design is highly scientific and directly useful to the life. Coronavirus will not affect you at all because that fire walking time, these small blisters, you get to shoot up your whole immunity. That power, the power to protect yourself from any virus or any problem, is actually a powerful technique. It's a very powerful technique followed in those days, especially during this time.
And especially that is done very traditionally and systematically. If you had even small blisters, and even if you did not have any blisters, you are protected already from corona problem. You will not be affected at all. Corona will not work on you. It will not affect you, and don't worry. It is a traditional way of making you immune. Actually, it is a traditional vaccination process. It's 11 feet length. The burning live charcoal on which you are supposed to walk with the traditional powerful music which activates your limb system, that mookulam, we call it in the back of the neck. This music will feel like it is hitting the back of your neck, and the whole detox system will be awakened. In that peak altered state of consciousness, you should walk on fire. Not just like that you will walk. You will first awaken, trigger the detox system, and then walk on the fire, 11 feet fire pit.
And if you do for one fire walking, you are absolutely protected from corona. Pray to Muhammad even and do the fire walking. That is it. It's like a traditional, powerful vaccination. Pray to Parashakti Mahamari and do the Patipatni Vratam. Do this traditional fire walking. You are absolutely protected from coronavirus. No need to panic. Traditional vaccination, traditional, natural, organic, no bad side effect vaccination is the Hindu fire walking.
So now let us watch a video where the Supreme Point of Hinduism explains the science behind fire walking.
All these transmutation processes means balancing the system and awakening the whole consciousness to your whole body is what I call transmutation processes. Some parts of your body becomes insensitive to the existence because of the job it is doing, like a feet. Because of the continuous walking, it becomes insensitive. Your cheeks, how they are sensitive, they don't become they lose sensitivity to the reality. But for the complete Kundalini awakening, your whole body needs to be alive and experiencing the reality and ability to experience the higher consciousness. That is the reason we have the process of fireworking.
Now let us watch a short clip of Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself doing the fire walking in Tiruvannamalai.
சத்தியம் காத்திடும் உத்தமத்தியே சத்குருவாய் வந்த நித்திய தாயே வேதங்கள் வணங்கிடும் ஆதியும் நீயே ஜோதிமலையிலே அவதரித்தாயே அவனியை பேணும் ஞானமும் நீயே அக்னி வடிவிலே அருள் புரிந்தாயே தீனிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி தீனிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி கர்மங்களை கொன்றிட வந்தாய் நித்யானந்த தர்ம மண்ணில் வென்றிட வந்தாய் கர்மங்களை கொன்றிட வந்தாய் நித்யானந்த தர்ம மண்ணில் வென்றிட வந்தாய் தீயினிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி.
Now that we have understood this, let us look at what science has also understood about fire walking. A study conducted by the U.S. National Study of Medicine the National Institute of Health has studied the effects of fire walking compared to those who have done fire walking, those who have not done fire walking. Yes, we can go back to the previous slide, please. Yes, so this study shows that those who have participated in fire walking have increased levels of happiness and lower levels of fatigue compared to those who have not participated in fire walking. So even modern science has seen the benefits of fire walking in both physiological and psychological responses.
So now let us look at the fourth method, which is applying turmeric on your chest, drinking neem juice, and meditating on Devi Parashakti every day. So now we'll be watching a video on the benefits of neem juice as revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Bididi. It is not, I'm not talking from air, I'm talking from ground. In Bididi, before we came to that land, 30 borewells were dug, no water. Now, from the day we came till now, we have water for 10,000 people to live comfortably in that very land. It's only pouring, pouring Karumari's grace. Wherever we started ashram, nature completely cooperates because we know biology, whole biology thinks. If you are having bitter relationships in your life, just start drinking bitter neem juice every morning. The problem will be solved. Understand, if you are irritated, even if you don't react, even if you don't talk to people, you release that kind of vibes. Take Haritaki, you will see you release sweet kind of vibes. Take neem juice, you release healing, compassionate vibes. A woman who applies neem powder and takes bath, who applies turmeric powder and takes bath, is equivalent to Karumari Mahamayi. That neem paste and turmeric powder, if a woman takes bath with that, she is equivalent to Mahamayi. She is embodiment of Karumari because she will be manifesting that same vibes of Karumari. I sincerely recommend people start doing all these activities like applying neem paste and taking bath, applying harit bath, applying turmeric powder and taking bath, applying basma and taking bath, especially for men, basma, for women, neem paste and turmeric paste. All four can be used by both all genders. That is different. If you want specific, I'll recommend
Yes, we apologize for the technical glitch. We can go to the next slide. So basically in the video, Swamiji reveals how applying or taking bath with neem, haitaki, basma and turmeric helps.
Yes. And now that we've understood the benefits of neem juice as revealed by the Supreme Council of Buddhism, let us look at the benefits of turmeric. Of course, traditionally, turmeric is very well known for its anti-inflammatory effect, but modern science has also been studying it for the past 2 decades and found it a potent immunomodulator agent that can modulate the activation of T cells, B cells, macrophages, neutrophils, natural killer cells, and dendritic cells. And curcumin can also downregulate the expression of various pro-inflammatory cytokines and chemokines. And this was published in the National Center for Biotechnology Information in the United States. And this research that turmeric can modulate the activation of various immune cells as well as enhance the body's antibody response, which essentially strengthens the immune system. And with a strengthened immunity, you will be able to stay healthy and be able to maintain lifestyle.
And a study from India.com article published that neem can help fighting against coronavirus, and it says that neem is an important part of Ayurveda, and neem can be effective in dealing with the novel coronavirus infection.
And turmeric and neem are also effective against coronavirus, according to a KPMG study.
And now let us see the fifth step, which is with complete mind, applying banana peel and onions on your heels before going to sleep.
Go ahead and put onion in the heel and put a sock around this, and it's a very simple way of just detoxifying your entire body. You can do the same with the banana peel. Just wrap it around your heel, and you can put a sock over this and go to sleep like this, and this will completely detoxify your body and, of course, protect you from COVID-19, as Devi Parasakti has revealed. And Medical Daily has also published an article on the detoxifying effects of onion, and it states that onions contain a high amount of sulfur compounds, which not only give onions their recognizable smell, but also they are powerful detoxifying agents. And with more than 100 sulfur-containing compounds, which are what cause the eyes to tear, onion can help prevent and treat ailments from diabetes to heart disease. And this is why it's very well known in Ayurveda for its medicinal purposes, and that is its primary use in Hinduism. And an article published reviewing the detoxifying effects of onion, published in the Journal of Phytotherapy, has stated that compounds from onions have been reported to have a range of health benefits, which include anti-carcinogenic properties, antiplatelet activity, antithrombotic activity, anti-asthmatic, and antibiotic effects.
So now let us look at the sixth step, which is being in this place, in an unclutched state, filled with eternal bliss. So let us now watch a video on how the Supreme Point of Hinduism reveals the science of unclutching.
The brain is the organ which controls our whole physical being. Once our brain has been imbalanced, it will then transmit that imbalance throughout the whole body. Thought forms are pure energy that have the ability to influence people and everyday events in life. According to science, our brains generate an electromagnetic field which may be measured by such instruments as an encephalograph. This electromagnetic field is generated by the brain every time we think, and as our mind is never still, we may be compared to perpetual power generators. Fear produces nervous disorders. Anger produces headaches and violence. Confused thoughts produce congestion and ill health. Depression causes cancer, tumors, mental diseases, and lowering of the immune system, causing death through own willpower. Our thoughts generate intricate energy patterns which can be detected by sensitive equipment and seen by clairvoyant individuals. These energy patterns are known as thought forms. Surprisingly, thought forms are shaped by the thoughts themselves. Each of us creates hundreds of thought forms every hour and release them into the environment. Although we cannot see them, the thought forms have as real an existence as any other form of energy. Most people can sense others' thought forms, and a continuous energetic exchange happens between people, about which we are usually unaware. This also explains why we sometimes take a sudden liking or dislike to a certain person directly on meeting them, we just catch the vibes. Unclutching is a guide for equanimity and enlightenment. Thoughts are like bubbles in a fish tank. Just as bubbles in a fish tank rise from the bottom, our thoughts also rise in the same manner. When one bubble comes and reaches the surface of the water, the next bubble starts and the third bubble starts. Because the bubbles are rising at high speed, they look like a continuous stream. But our mind is not a continuous stream. There is always a gap between two thoughts. Like the bubbles, we also experience a neutral space between two thoughts. This neutral space between two thoughts is our original state, the pure silence. It is a state of pure consciousness, the state of God. Since the gap or the neutral space between two thoughts is too small, we think all thoughts are connected and form a shaft. But there is always a gap between two thoughts. In the forest of northern India, the hunters trap the birds using a trap. They tie a rope between two trees. The rope is the shaft that we create by connecting two thoughts. In the middle of the rope, they secure a wooden stick. The stick is our mind. The rope is tied at the midpoint of the stick. When a bird comes and sits on the stick, the bird's own weight turns the whole stick upside down. It turns topsy-turvy. The moment it turns upside down and loses its sense of balance, it feels totally shaken and tightens its grip on the stick. It simply holds onto the stick as if its life depends on it. Similarly, we connect thoughts and form a shaft out of it and live in the fear that if we drop our mind, we might be lost. We might lose our identity. Because it is hanging upside down, it thinks, if I unclutch from this stick, I will fall and die. It's similar to the fear that if we start trusting that we are unconnected, unclutched, independent and illogical thoughts, we might be lost. If the bird lets go and relaxes, it may flutter to balance for a moment or two. When it leaves the stick, maybe for a few seconds, it will fall, but then it will adjust itself and start flying. In the same way, we hold on to whatever we think is our identity and security, our education, our mind, our life, our relationships, or our bank balance. Ultimately comes to remove the stick that is our identity. Just like the bird, we don't realize that if we drop our mind, at that moment we can become a Paramahamsa. That very moment we can be liberated. In Mundaka Upanishad, there is a story which explains, there is a huge tall tree, and in the tallest branch of the tree, there is a golden bird sitting unclutched from everything in bliss, like Dakshinamurti. In the lower level branch, there is a small bird which jumps from here and there to various branches eating fruits. When it eats a bitter fruit, it feels bad. Whenever she eats the bitter fruit, she sees the bird which is looking above, silently, like Dakshinamurti, and feels, why I should not be like that bird. But unfortunately, when the same bird, when it eats tasty fruit, it forgets the bird sitting above it. In the same way, she keeps battling between branches, eating bitter and tasty fruits again and again. One day, as a small bird flies up higher, and as it reaches near the golden bird, it realized that he and she are the same. There is no difference between them both and realizes her original state. The small bird realizes that she also can be in the same state of the golden bird and become a Paramahamsa. This moment, trust yourself. Don't bother about losing your identity. Just trust yourself and let go of your identity. You will immediately become a Paramahamsa and be liberated. All you need to do is to trust that you're unclutched. Dropping the conclusions you can't be transformed is unclutching.
Yes, so we all just understood what is the science of unclutching.
Yeah.
And whenever
Understood the science of unclutching, if you would like to experience this beautiful science as revealed by the Supreme Quantum Buddhism, you can take a few moments in your day to sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes and chant the Mahavakya in Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Do not engage with any thought or emotion. Purely let the space of unclutching manifest in you. Chant the Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So you can go ahead and also watch and listen to the Mahavakya on YouTube and just spend a few moments in your day at any point experiencing the space of unclutching. And when you do that, you can also log your minutes per piece at kailasa.tv/minutes. That's number 4 piece. That's minutes per piece. And we will be projecting that link to you in a few moments. So you can go ahead and experience this beautiful science of unclutching. Protected with this beautiful science as revealed by the Supreme Concept.
So now let us see the seventh step, the seventh method, which is to do the ajapa japa of the cosmic sound Shiva, Shiva, Shiva.
And a study conducted by the U.S. National Library of Medicine on the benefits of chanting clearly shows that ajapa japa chanting has a direct and positive benefit for the physical health and mental well-being. The study correlates the chanting of the ajapa japa to the vagus nerve stimulation used as a treatment for depression and epilepsy.
So here you can see the study results. And another study conducted by Dr. Masaru Emoto establishes that human intentions, words, or thoughts can change the molecular structural formation in water. And this interesting research clearly depicts how, when the water is being exposed to positive sounds, vibrations, the molecular formation in the water changes to a pleasant formation, whereas any negative vibration or words can disfigure or distort the water molecular formation.
And here you can see the pictorial depictions of how the water molecular formations respond to different words that are being uttered. So you can see compassion, thank you, wisdom, and how beautiful the water molecular formation is. And compare that to negative sounds or vibrations like heavy metal music or words like I will kill you when you fool, where the water becomes disintegrated, disformed, and disfigured. And you can imagine what happens inside of your body, which is composed of up to 60% water, when you chant the Ajaba Ajaba, the chanting of the powerful sacred mantra. So you can also become a part of the unclutching initiative. So while you are either experiencing the science of unclutching or you are chanting the Ajaba Ajaba, you can fill out your minutes for peace at kailasa.tv/minutes, the number 4 peace, and go ahead and log your minutes and ensure that you are continuously experiencing these beautiful sciences, unclutching and Ajaba Ajaba. And the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has revealed that if 10,000 people can do this just for 3 months, we can give such a powerful superconscious breakthrough to the whole of humanity. Because all of us are interconnected. We are not all islands. These are all fundamental truths. When you start unclutching, Kailasa starts experiencing the joy, the bliss of you unclutching. Nothing goes to waste in this cosmos. So not only will you be protected from COVID-19 by practicing unclutching and doing the Ajaba Ajaba, but you will, the whole cosmos will experience this unclutching, and it will bring a powerful superconscious breakthrough to humanity. The more and more people that practice it. The last method is revealed by Devi Parashakti as being in the state beyond any remembrance or forgetting. In the Arunachal Swarana, that blossoms as Aham, Aham, in the Ananda Swarana. So this is the last method that Devi has revealed. And beautiful way to just constantly being in that space of remembering divine, of remembering Devi, of remembering Swamiji. And in that constant space where you are beyond having to really remember and beyond forgetting. So this alone can protect you from COVID-19. And each of these methods revealed by Devi Parashakti can protect you independently from COVID-19. So you can use any of these to make sure that you are staying safe during this time and that you and your family are protected. And one of the ways that Devi Parashakti has revealed that you can protect yourself from COVID-19 is by praying Devi Parashakti and meditating upon her. And the easiest way to do this is to connect with Devi. And in this next segment, we will be understanding how we can connect with Devi, how we can pray to her and meditate upon her through the various offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti. So we will be entering into this offering segment very shortly. And we will be understanding the various offerings that you can make to Devi Parashakti. And each of these offerings is just a small token of your love and appreciation and gratitude for Devi Parashakti, for Swamiji, for happening in your life. So stay tuned for this next segment and understand how you to connect with Devi and offer your love and devotion to her.
Nithyananda. Now let us see the various offerings, the traditional offerings that we can offer to Devi Parashakti as we get ready to receive her darshan today. And the tradition of offering to the divine in the Vedic tradition is a gift of pure love, devotion, and oneness to the divine. And the offerings are not made out of fear or greed, but it is made out of the pure expression of sacred sentiments from the devotee to the divine. And when an avatar lands, the offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela played out for the purpose of enlightenment. And as we prepare to receive the darshan of Devi Parashakti, let us remember Devi Parashakti, let us contemplate on the splendor of her form and her grace and compassion as we get ready to receive her darshan. And this Dhyana Shloka describes the grace and splendor of Devi Parashakti. This verse from the Mula Agama Manonmani Dhyana describes Induni Bhaveda Karavanni Nayanam Syat Pankaja Varabhaya Japakshara Sarayuktam Angahima Bhushana Vichitra Vasanam Syat Utojvala Manonmani Swarupam. And the Dhyana Shloka for this verse, it says, The moon-like face holding the Veda books on hand, fire in eyes, with lotus flower gracing and blessing hands, and one hand with japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments in wonderful clothes and shining crown. Her name is Manonmani. And another Dhyana shloka on Devi Parashakti describes Dhyayet Devim Trinetram Shashinibhavadhanam Vedahastam Dadanam Savye Padmam Varadam Apare Chabhyam Chakshamalam Divyairabharanair Vibhushitatanum Brahmadibhi Pujitam Devi Meva Manonmanim Pratidinam Kamarthadatrim Shubham. And the meaning of this verse, it says, I meditate on Devi with 3 eyes, glowing like a moon, and holding the Veda and lotus, and gracing with blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. She is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. And in addition, the element of gold is used in abundance in all the traditional rituals and worship of the divine, in the offerings to the divine, for it has a great significance as a most sacred and divine element. So let us see this verse from the Atharva Veda, which describes the significance of the divine element of gold. This verse says, Tredhajitam janmanedam hiranyam agnerekam priyatamam babhuva somasyaikyam insitasya parapatata apamekam veda samreta ahutatte hiranyam trividastva vishe. The translation for this verse, triply born by birth is this gold. From the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was hurt. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apa, the watery molecules. Let that triple gold be for your long life. Gold is a divine element in the Hindu tradition. It purifies anything it touches. It is an element of great spiritual significance and spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears it and in anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. The gold is present in all the Hindu scriptures, the Agamas, the Vedas, the Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas, Puranas. In all the Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most and purest metal which purifies our being. In the Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold, rich offered in gold bricks. When one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold. The streets would have huge columns and huge archways made of gold. Horses and cows were dressed in gold. The Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. The Indus River was called Hiranmaya, the river of gold in Rig Veda. The river Saraswati was called Hiranyavartini in Atharva Veda. The gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold, because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years and it lasts forever. So today, you can make all of these traditional offerings to Devi Parashakti as you get ready to receive her darshan, and you can make these offerings as your expression of the sacred sentiments, your personal gift to Devi as you get ready to receive her. And just as in every temple in the Vedic tradition, we have the hundi in every temple where devotees can offer any token of gratitude that they wish to offer. We also have the e-hundi offerings where you can offer any token, any kanika that you would like to offer in multiple currencies and in any amount that you wish to. And Devi Parashakti is known as the one who is fond of true devotion. And this verse describes Devi's love for true devotion. It says, Bhakti Priya Bhakti Kamya Bhakti Vashya Bhayapaha Shambhavi Sharadharadhya Sharvani Sharmadaini. The translation for this verse says, Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion. She removes all fear. If there is any fear in the minds of devotees, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. Here, it is meant the autumn of our lives when our thoughts turn more and more inwards. The role of the divine is known and understood clearly. The need for Devi was stronger. Shambhavi is the consort of Shambhu, who is Lord Shiva. Sharada Radhya is the one who is worshipped by Devi Sharada herself, Devi Saraswati. Sharvani is the wife of Lord Shiva. The Linga Purana says Lord Shiva is called Lord Sharva in his earth form. Sharmadaini is the Devi who bestows happiness on devotees. And you can make this offering of the e-hundi offerings and express your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti with your kanika in the e-hundi. Be blessed to receive the grace and compassion of Devi Parashakti in your lives.
Next offering is the Sankalpa chanting, the offering of your conscious resolution. So before you start any endeavor or before anything you want to manifest in your life, you always want to make sure you set a conscious resolution, an intention for exactly what it is you want to manifest. And whenever you offer this to the feet of Devi Parashakti, Swamiji, you will be blessed with the overflowing energy of Devi and Swamiji to manifest exactly what it is you want. And in the Devi Mahatmya, it describes that the goddess enchants this universe, and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess being created without interest in anything, gives that knowledge that leads to salvation, gives wealth in a materialistic sense. So when you offer your sankalpa to Devi Parashakti, you will be blessed with the fruition of all desires and wishes.
The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasi. And Devi is described in the Lalita Sahasranama as Nama Parayana Prita, she who likes repetition of her various names. And you can make this offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasi, the offering of the pure gold coin inscribed with one of the 1008 sacred names of Devi Parashakti. And this offering is a special and unique archana offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. So you can make this offering in any of 3 different denominations, and you can offer any number of gold coins as you would like to offer. And this offering blesses the devotee with imbibing the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti herself, the Ananta Kalyana Gunas as described in her 1008 names. The devotee is blessed to imbibe these very divine qualities of Devi Parashakti herself. So you can make this offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasi. on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas.
And the next offering is the Mukta Anguli, the earring with pearls. Devi is very well known to be adorned and very fond of pearls. And the pearl, of course, represents Devi's infinite compassion. So when you offer this pearl, Devi Parashakti, you will be blessed with Devi's compassion. And in this verse, it describes, I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls, and the face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of the lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Vani and Dhamma. I remain ever bowing to that goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. When you offer this finger ring with a pearl, you will be blessed with Devi's infinite compassion and grace in all of your business endeavors.
And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower. And in the Kamika Agama, a verse describes the significance of the gold lotus flower. This verse says, Ashtavidyeshwaropeta Kumbhavarana Samyutam Sarve Sasutra Vastradhya Hema Pankaja Bhushitaha Sapidhanas Satcha Kurachascha Pakva Bilva Palaprabha Snapanadhyaya Samsiddha Pramanena Samanvitaha. And the translation for this verse, it says all the kalashas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with new cloth. They should be adorned with gold. And there are hundreds of scriptural references for using the lotus in the worship of Paramashiva in the Hindu tradition. Almost everything in the worship of the ultimate involving the consecration of deities of worship or meditating on the mudras and asanas used during worship involves the lotus flower, the lotus leaf, the lotus pericarp, the lotus petals. The lotus is a divine flower in the Hindu tradition. The Shakti of Paramashiva is also called a lotus. The base of the Paramashiva Linga is the lotus. The disciple of Paramashiva is also considered a lotus, the one who's about to bloom. So you can offer the gold lotus in any of 3 different sizes that you wish to offer, and be blessed to have the state, space, powers, and being of Devi Parashakti in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situations in life.
The next offering is the Swarnamati, the gold covering. And in this verse, it describes the power of Devi's feet. It describes you whose brightness is the toenail, destroys the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees, prostrate at your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpower that of the lotus flower. When you offer you see that the power of Devi's very toenails have the power to destroy the darkness of ignorance in the mind of the devotee. So when you offer this Swarnamati at the feet of Devi Parashakti, you will reap all the ignorance in your life will be removed, and you will be blessed by Devi Parashakti even in the most difficult aspects of your life.
The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the Swarna Mangtika, the gold hairline jewelry. Devi is described as Sudha Sharabi Varshini, she who makes the nectar flow in all our nerves from the Sahasrara, she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. And the Mangtika, the hairline jewelry, represents the overflowing nectar from the Sahasrara, which is fully opened with the sacred sentiment of gratitude. We can make the offering of the Swarna Mangtika to Devi Parashakti and receive the blessings of achieving the blissful state of overflowing gratitude and the space of complete completion. And you can make this traditional offering on the website www.kailasamela.com/sevas.
The next offering is the Pratiksha Pada Puja, the offering of gratitude to the sacred feet of Swamiji, who is manifesting Devi Parashakti for each and every one of us. And in the Saundarya Lahari, it describes that the nails of Devi have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of the celestial beings who always prostrate before Devi, and Tamogana is darkness. In this stotram, the tamas is indicative of it, the ignorance in the minds of the devotees. And by constantly prostrating before Devi, their ignorance is removed and they attain the ultimate knowledge. So when you offer the Pratikshapada Puja to the sacred feet of Swamiji, you will be blessed with the most sweetest path to enlightenment to attain the ultimate knowledge in your life.
And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Vastra Seva. This is the offering of the sacred cloth to Devi Parashakti. And it's the traditional offering that bestows the devotee with the divine protection during all times of their life. So you can offer the Vastra Seva, the offering of the sacred cloth, and be blessed with all the auspiciousness and blessings of Devi Parashakti and the Nijavatara, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. And here's a summary of the various offerings that you can make to Devi Parashakti today as you get ready to receive her blessings. And the website for all of these offerings is www.kailasamela.com/sevas. And you can make the offering of the e-hundi, which is an offering of any amount of your choice and in multiple currencies. You can make the offering of the Sankalpa chanting, the conscious resolution, the Devi Sahasranama Kasu, the offering of the pure gold coin with one of the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti inscribed on each coin. The offering of the Mukta Anguti, the gold finger ring ended with pearl. Offering of the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold, Swarna Metti, the gold toe ring for the lotus feet of Devi Parashakti. The Swarna Mankika, the gold hairline jewelry. The Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the traditional offering of gratitude from devotee to Guru. And the offering of the Vastra Seva, the sacred cloth. And you can make all of these offerings to Devi Parashakti on the website www.kailasamela.com/sevas. So here you see the website www.kailasamela.com/sevas. And you can scroll down and make your offerings to Devi Parashakti as you get ready to receive her darshan today. On the link on step 2, you can make the traditional offerings of the Alankara Seva or any offerings of Seva. And you can click on the link for e-hundi to make your e-hundi offerings. If you would like to make an intention to make an offering and receive Devi Parashakti's blessings to manifest your intention into reality, you can also fill the form on step 1. And if you've made your offerings and you wish to make a sankalpa with your name and the names of your family members, you can fill out the details of the sankalpa on the link on step 3. You can make the e-hundi offerings in multiple currencies: US dollar, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, euros, Indian rupees, Singaporean dollars, Malaysian ringgits, the Great Britain pound, and the Chinese yuan. And you can make the offering in any amount of your choice. You can also make the traditional offerings of the alankaras, the ornaments, or the sevas to Devi Parashakti on the website. So you can make the offering of the Devi Sahasranama Kasu, the Mukta Anguti, the gold finger ring with a pearl, the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower, the Swarna Metti, the gold toe ring, the Swarna Mangtika, the gold hairline jewelry, the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the Vastra Seva, and all of these traditional offerings you can offer to Devi Parashakti on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And with this, ready for the next segment of this program, where we'll be learning more about the various facilities being made available for the well-being of humanity as per the guidance of Devi Parashakti, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, through the various de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa. So let's get ready to receive Devi Parashakti and learn more about the various facilities being made for the care and well-being of humanity. Nithyananda Madayani Swami.
Nithyanandam, thank you very much, Ma Amrita. Nithyanandam, everyone. So welcome back to this segment. And in this segment, we are going to learn at the Kailasa's COVID care protection centers at the de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa. With the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivan's blessings, let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasugadam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadusham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. So what we learn from this segment today concerning statistics on mental health and global peace across the world due to the COVID-19 pandemic. What are the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa's contributions for global peace? The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's spiritual solutions for COVID-19, Kailasa's COVID care protection centers, why temple-based ecosystems and UN recognizes Kailasa's contributions, join Kailasa's COVID care protection centers. Today, people around the world are trying to grapple with the grim reality that the pandemic is far from over. The aftermath of the current calamity promises to be much more devastating. The greatest economics of the world are facing disastrous futures. Countries are facing off each other in deep mistrust. Now, let us see some statistics and current news. In Australia, reported a new record number of coronavirus cases on Thursday when the country continues to battle the third wave of COVID-19 infections. There were more than 2,400 new locally acquired infections reported nationwide. On Thursday morning, the figure surpassing 2,000 in a single day for just the second time. The World Health Organization makes a big statement about the Delta variant of 19. The World Health Organization on Tuesday said that the Delta variant of coronavirus has elbowed out all the three other COVID-19 variants of concern that now represent a tiny fraction of the samples which are being sequenced. Less than 1% of alpha, beta, and gamma are currently circulating. It's really predominantly Delta around the world, said the World Health Organization's technical lead on COVID-19, Maria Varkar-Kove. The Delta variant, which was first detected in India last year, has become the more fit and it is more transmittable and is out competing. It is replacing the other variant has been detected in more than 185 nations till date. COVID-19 has now killed more Americans than the influenza pandemic of 1918 to 1919. During the 1918-1919, the flu infected about 25% of Americans and killed an estimated 0.65 with 675,000 deaths. COVID-19 has infected more than 12% of Americans and killed about 0.2% with 676,000 deaths. Now that the US death toll from COVID-19 has surpassed 676,000, the coronavirus pandemic has killed more Americans than the 1918-19 influenza pandemic did. Axios and the Associated Press both reported the grim milestone on Monday. So COVID-19 is now officially US deadliest pandemic as the death toll crosses that of the 1918-19 flu. People infected with alpha variant exhales 100 times more virus into the air than original COVID strain. According to a study, the University of Maryland researchers suggested that the need for better ventilation and tight-fitting masks, in addition to widespread vaccination, to help stop spread of the virus. The findings showed that the amount of virus in the air coming from alpha variant infections was much more, 18 times more than could be explained by the increased amounts of virus in the nasal swabs and saliva. These major increases in the airborne virus from alpha infection occurred before the Delta variant arrived and indicate that the virus is evolving to be better at traveling through the air. 6 feet distance may not be enough to prevent viral transmission indoors. According to a study in Washington, physical distancing of 2 meters, about 6.5 feet, may not be enough to sufficiently prevent transmission of virus carrying airborne aerosol indoor, according to a study. The results published in the journals Sustainable Cities and Society suggest that the physical distance alone is not enough to prevent human exposure to exhaled aerosols and should be implemented with other control strategies such as masking and adequate ventilation. The researchers examined 3 factors: the amount and rate of air ventilated through a space, the indoor airflow pattern associated with the different ventilation strategies, and aerosol emission mode of breathing versus talking. COVID-19 Delta variant still most concerning, says the World Health Organization's expert. Even with the emergence of the new COVID-19 variant, the Delta strain remains the top concern globally, appearing to outcompete others. A senior official with the World Health Organization said recently, I think the Delta variant for me is the one that is most concerning because of the increased transmittability, said Dr. Maria Varkar-Kove, the agency's technical lead for COVID-19, speaking during an online question and answer session. Is doubly transmittable compared to the ancestor strain, which means that it can spread to more people. COVID-19 pandemic is nowhere under control in the US, says the chief medical advisor, Anthony Fauci. He said, right now we are still in pandemic mode. because we have 160,000 new infections a day. That's not even modestly in good control. In an interview with Axios, the US has reported 40 million cases of COVID-19 since the outbreak of the virus, with over 4 million infections adding up in the past few weeks. The increase in COVID cases comes as the US administration earlier this month announced that it is planning to provide booster shots of the vaccine as the Delta variant has become dominant in the nation and is wreaking havoc. The surge in Delta variant is driven by the low vaccination coverage in many communities across the US, according to the US Center for Disease Control and Prevention. In a country of our size, you cannot be hanging around and having 100,000 infections a day. You have got to get well before 10,000 before you start feeling comfortable, Mr. Fauci added. COVID-19 made the world less peaceful. You can see from the graph from the since the beginning of the pandemic in April 2020, the violent incidences have raised to a peak. The younger adults are more likely to report symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorder during the COVID-19 pandemic. The ages 18 to 24 got affected 56.2%, and ages 25 to 49, 48.9%, and ages 50 to 64, about 39.1%, and ages 65, about 29.3% got affected. The average share of adults reporting symptoms of anxiety disorder and or depressive disorder, what it was in the year 2019 in the period of 6 months and was 11%, and now in January 2021, in just 1 month, it rose up to 41.1%. Some more statistics confirming the same, that the younger adults are more likely to report symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorder during the COVID-19 pandemic. Stress in America, a national mental health crisis. COVID-19 is a significant stressor for most Americans. Nearly 8 in 10, 78% say the coronavirus pandemic is a significant source of stress in their life. Nearly 7 in 10, which is 67%, say they have experienced increased stress over the course of the pandemic. More than 60,000 healthcare workers have contracted COVID-19 and 300 have died. Of the health workers who treated patients during the China's COVID-19 outbreak, 50% showed signs of depression and 45% showed signs of anxiety, according to preliminary research. The self-reported mental health among pregnant women and new mothers. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, the depression was 15%, and now during the pandemic, it rose up to 40.7%. And before the COVID-19 pandemic, the anxiety was 29%, and now it rose up to 72%. Living under stay-at-home orders, 8 in 10 students are struggling with focus on school or work and avoiding distractions. 55% of all the students do not know where to go for help for their mental health. Nearly 82% of the women surveyed understanding the pandemic's impact on working women. The survey said that their lives have been negatively disrupted by the pandemic. Nearly 70% of the women who have experienced these disruptions are concerned that their career growth may be limited as a result. The global economic outlook during the COVID-19 pandemic, a changed world. The pandemic is expected to plunge most countries into recession in 2020, with per capita income contracting in the largest fraction of countries globally since 1870. The COVID-19 recession has seen the fastest, steepest downgrades in consensus growth projections among all global recessions since 1990. International Labour Organization, COVID-19 is a threat to peace building in conflict-affected nations. The COVID-19 crisis has worsened already fragile situation, the ILO is more aware than ever of its responsibility to promote peace and resilience in the time of this global pandemic. In Mumbai, the mayor says that the third wave is already upon Mumbai, pointing to a sudden spike in cases, and the third wave of COVID-19 is not coming, it's already here, said the Kishori Padnekar, adding that an announcement regarding the matter had already been made in Nagpur. Speaking of the coming festive season in Maharashtra, the mayor urged people to remain in their homes. The mandals have been asked to allow only 10 people and have them work in shifts. A little over 25% are infected with coronavirus despite getting fully vaccinated. A recent study has revealed giving an infection due to the Delta variant. The study jointly conducted by the Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology, the maximum hospitals in Delhi NCR found that the vaccination breakthroughs were far more common during the Delta outbreak in Delhi than previously reported. The new coronavirus strain known as Mo, which is first identified in Colombia in January, has been designated a variant of interest by the World Health Organization. Now, how do we cope up with the current COVID-19 pandemic? It is important to address the COVID-19 pandemic, which is seeing another wave, destroying many more lives. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says, the pandemic fatigue setting in as a result of continuous lockdown is resulting in delusional ignorance. Holding on to the delusion and supporting this pace of delusional decisions leads to delusional arrogance. The continuous lockdown leads to delusional thoughts like, so what, if I die, it's okay. I cannot live forever in this lockdown. Going out and then exposing oneself and putting the risk on yourself and with the irresponsibility and insensitivity is the delusional arrogance. The global COVID pandemic has left the whole world desperately looking for answers. Life as it had been experienced even back in February 2020 is no longer recognizable. Drastic change is the order of the day, with people having to redefine the world with new paradigms of economy, society, faith, religion, and health. Blessed are those who have had the greatest fortune to be with the incarnation of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in their lives to carry them through this crisis. Join the Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Center. Register now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa care. Making peace with the nature is possible if you start now. Even amid the pandemic, 2021 can go down as the year we made peace with the nature to set the planet to healing. Now let's watch a small clip. The World Health Organization Health and Peace Initiative. If individual health and peace are interrelated, in the words of the Director General of World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros, there cannot be health without peace and there cannot be peace without health. If individuals and groups enjoy equitable access to health services, fulfilling their rights to physical and mental health, and health actors design neutral health intervention that promote trust and dialogue, and communities are empowered to cope with violent conflict, then health coverage is more universal. Grievances can be heard and addressed to generate trust around health emergency concerns. Affected communities are more likely to make meaningful contributions to peace and reconciliation and to resist incitement to violence. Amid COVID, we need enhanced international coordination to build peace. Tackling the pandemic and building the resilience in fragile states require concerted international action at local, national, and global events. As the humanitarian and economic toll of the COVID-19 pandemic continues to grow, so does the risk that this crisis will fuel new conflicts around the world while stemming prospects for resolving ongoing ones. Stronger health systems and universal health coverage must be a priority. For the first time since 1945, the entire world is confronted by a common threat, regardless of nationality, ethnicity, or faith. A new social contract between people, governments, and private sector, civil society, and more can tackle the roots of inequality with fair taxation on income and wealth, universal benefits, and opportunities for all. Contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the Kailasa's contribution for the global health and to combat the COVID pandemic. The Vedic tradition beautifully says that Yasya sarvani bhutani atmani ivana pashyati sarva bhuteshu chatmanam tadona vigagupsate. Isha Upanishad verse 6, that global peace is the byproduct of individual bliss. Whenever an individual goes through a spiritual bliss, he manifests a beautiful, peaceful life for him and everyone around him. If he is powerful enough, he moves the whole city and manifests peace. He is more powerful, he moves the whole village and whole country, if he is powerful enough, like incarnations. Whatever level he may be, global peace is the byproduct of individual bliss. So now let's understand from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that how to achieve individual bliss by practicing the completion and working intensely with our completion. We can achieve the individual bliss, and that leads to the global peace. Let's listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
More deeper space you go inside you, more expanded you become, more one with everything, more oneness you experience. Because the more deeper you go, the more you experience the unified field of consciousness. These words are used. Some of the Hindu traditions uses the word Atma, Brahman. Some of the Hindu traditions use the word Nirvana. Whatever word you may use, Atman, Brahman, Nirvana, unified field of consciousness, whatever. But one thing I want to tell you, the deeper and deeper you go in your inner space, you experience the vast oneness. The more superficial you are, the more incompletions you carry with others, even with yourself. The more superficial you become, even your own right hand and left hand fights with each other. Different parts of you fights with